happened, but hello, good morning. Time to drink some water, get the skincare on, and chat. So I was thinking about. Let me check my skin. I'll put this stuff on. So I said life dang because I've been seeing a lot. You know this stuff. As we sit on social media and everything, and you start noticing. Oh, is this thing doing what I need it to do? Yes. Okay. Um, you start noticing how things. So this is the one thing I saw. I tell the truth about. I saw someone. Okay. On many levels, I'm not judgy, right? I try not to judge people. Everybody got a right to be who they want to be. Look at them. And like right now, I have a right to this funky, whatever this is, this bun on my head, right? So, anyway, I need to do my hair. Damn, I need to do my hair. Okay, so let's keep going. Anyway, I try to let people. I'm big on live. People should live their best life. Live, and I've always said that. Live without judgments. Blah blah blah. But this last year has made me a little more judgy than I want to be, and I'm trying to get out of that space. But sometimes you look at this stuff like, so, yeah. And so, like I'm trying not to judge people based on, okay, so here's the thing. The biggest judgment I have right now is when I see people, living their best life, which is fine. But then something happens like COVID comes into their life. Hi, it's PMT. Something like COVID comes into their life, right? And then they cry about it. Now, the reason why I say that is because it might not happen to them but to someone that's close to them. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily to them, but to someone that's close to them. Hi, Pam Marie. And then, now mind you, they've been living their best life. They've been kicking it, do whatever fuck they wanted to. But now that COVID has touched their lives, now they want us to feel like, oh my God. When I'm looking like, well, it's kind of not surprising the way that you move around. That someone near you would get it because y'all been kicking it. Now, it might have gotten from someplace else, but the likelihood of it coming from the things that you all have been doing is quite possible. And so then I'm like, I feel like, okay, so let me, send out some healing energy to that person. But I need you to stop crying because you've been out here like big bank, biggin, not really concerned about what could happen in these streets. And I think that sometimes, and I'm saying that to say that people who are vaccinated for whatever reason, you got to remember that you might have contact with somebody who isn't vaccinated. So even though you might not feel anything from it, not even know you're carrying it, you can pass it along to that person, not knowing it, not knowing you're doing it. Because you're asymptomatic. And I think some people are forgetting that little piece of the pie is that it doesn't mean you cannot get the virus. You just might not have the same reaction you would have if you didn't have the vaccination. That's one thing. So it's like, so you're moving like, hey, no big deal. Um, until it touches you, right? And then you have all these people who are anti-vaccination now. Because like I said, I'm just curious to know, did you have other vaccinations? Okay, fine. But that's not the point. The point is that this whole, I want to joke about it. I want to say you stupid for having a vaccination. I'm so superior for my choice. No, it's just a choice. And if the choice works for you, fine. But it doesn't make you better off than anybody. Just because I'm vaccinated for the reasons that I chose doesn't make me better than the non-vaccinated. Absolutely not. It just means that I made a choice. And that was a choice for me, and that's fine. Doesn't make me superior. It doesn't make me superior for my choices. But I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, oh, you terrible people because you don't have a vaccination. I'm gonna talk about you if you, hi Lily, if you, hi Malika, if you so irritating that you make these little asinine statements about the fact that you're not vaccinated and act like this gives you, you walk in some superior space. No, no. What you do is you just made that choice. Now, the next choice is if you get touched by COVID, I hope you're okay. But in some ways, I can't because you've been running around this superior attitude. See, I'm okay if you don't have the vaccination for whatever reason you choose. But when you walk around smack, like I know what I'm doing. Hey, hey, Alicia, my choice is better than your choice. Then if you get touched by it, I ain't got no sympathy for you. And that's the problem that I feel right now is that I'm losing that sympathy for people. I'm losing it because y'all doing stupid shit, but then you want some fucking sympathy because of your stupid shit. Not that you didn't get the vaccination. It might be because you don't have the vaccination. You don't want to wear a mask. Hey, Kelly, all those things compounded make me go, I can't have no sympathy for your ass. And even when Hy-Vee, and like for instance, somebody I know had COVID and had it pretty bad in the streets, doing their thing, living their best life and everything. And I'm looking like you do know you could get it again. Your immune system probably ain't that strong as you think it is. You were able to fight it this time. What happens if you get it again? I mean, I don't know. People don't think like me because I'm like, oh, okay. Well, as long as you're there and you love it. Hey, Miss V. But don't expect my sympathy because of the choices you made and the outcome of your choices. Now, what I will say is I hope you get better because I do. I don't want nobody. Well, I don't, and I can't even say that because some people are so annoying with it. You be like, wow, you trying to not be that person, but they push it because they're so fucking righteous. They're so whatever in their stance, right? This is my stance and this is the way I believe. And I'm like, so I'm trying not to be that person. But it's hard, y'all. It is hard. So how y'all doing? I was just thinking about that because, with somebody, seeing people talking about these people close to them getting COVID, but I know that you've been in the streets all the time. What you want from me? I mean, I'm not. I feel for them, and I don't want that person to have it. But I'm like, you kind of. You've been running. You've been moving in this direction this whole time, and it might not just be like one time, but you see constantly. Oh, okay, I'm gone. I'm out in these streets. I'm doing my thing. Hey, hey, hey. And then pictures. Now I know for pictures, people take off their masks, but you can look around because, come on now, let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. We don't always have on our masks, so I can assume that when you are out you don't have on your mask, especially when you at a bar. I've been at a bar recently. Everybody took their mask off. They drinking and everything. Everybody just walking around. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I know the same thing happening where you at. This is, but I mean, it wasn't a lot of people in there, whatever. So, but I'm looking at you in a packed bar. I know damn well you drinking. You ain't drinking underneath your mask. No, you got your, people aren't social distancing. You know what I'm saying? None of that. That shit went out the door. What is this? It's called a Nuri. I have to do the, goodness gracious. This week it will come out. My review of this thing. So I'm like, you do know that we can see, and then not only that, but you posting it up so we can see everything you're doing. So I judge, and I want to get out of that space because I really try not to. Oh man, oh man, Miss V. They have to sit their ass down. Get away from me. Talk low. Oh, ain't no such thing as social distancing. I was talking about this when I was talking about B. I think somebody B in them. Girl, girl, close your door and lock it, and be like, if y'all don't shut the girl, put that hammer down on them. Like these, okay, like it's these little girls, it's these girls in my school, right? They freshman girls, and so okay, so we were told we have computer stations in the hallways. We're told that the kids can't sit there, like other than after school when if they're working on the computers, they really can't sit out there, right? Especially trying to eat, cause oh, thank you, my Starbucks mug, yeah. Especially with them, okay, so they said the kids can't sit out there trying to, because there's been some that want to eat lunch sitting at these computer stations as opposed to where all the kids eat. So they had to tell them they couldn't sit there this yesterday. So they kind of wandering around the school, right? So I'm like, what, so I heard some, so I said, you all, they were like, we trying to find some place to eat. I said, well, go into the lunchroom. One little girl was like, no, I am not going to eat in there. They're not wearing that mask. I'm not getting COVID. I started laughing. I was laughing inside. I was like, oh, I get where you coming from with that one, little mama. Because right. I'm like, oh, okay, okay. But I was dying laughing because I was like, I do understand what she's like. They walking around with no mask on and stuff. I'm not eating in there. Oh, well, we always have mess. I mean, folks is messy. And there is no age limit on messy. Let's talk about that, Miss B. There is no age limit. It really isn't. You hope people age out of messy, but a lot of them don't. Hence why we have social. I mean, think about, okay, like for instance, look at all these reality shows, Love and Hip Hop and all that other bullshit. They're showing older people acting like damn fools. Now I know they're doing it on TV for money. They getting paid to do that shit. But what does that say about how to deal with issues? You fuss and fight and act a damn fool. Ouch. Okay, so we're gonna use the ouch good molecules on top of the other one. It's been a long. Damn, I'm taking out too much. I gotta watch this when the stuff comes out too much. So, I got the hiccups. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I mean, oh, everything gonna be messy. Let's be messy. Let's be messy. Um, for me, it's the lines and stuff. For my lines, the color it's using LED light therapy, and so I use the color that works on your lines and things. I do want to get a whole mask, but they're expensive, and then you got to sit down with them, keep them on your face, and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so anyway, so we got on that one. Let's put this on, and yeah. So yeah, it's like, we can't expect better behavior if that ain't modeled, if that's what they're looking at, think, oh, that makes sense. I mean, because like I've been watching messy TV with the family, and we watch, what is it, Black in Chicago, and a few of these shows, and these are grown people acting like damn fools, so it's like, and so this is what they see, and then, these are people that look like they living the best life possible. That's what, so ain't nothing wrong with what I'm doing. It's not necessarily that you're modeling yourself, but it tells you that this behavior is okay. It's okay. Everybody act like this. No, they really don't. Man, I was tired yesterday. I didn't get everything done I needed to get done yesterday, so I got to put in these goals. Um, as soon as I get to work. Soon as I get to work. Video. So yeah. Anyway, y'all know I always have these internal conversations that you all are aware of. But yeah, that's what was in my head. And then, and no shade to anybody, but um, so many people who are on this platform are, they're really like struggling. And I'm not even going to say, and they were saying like black content creators, black people, have these feel, this is what's going on. And I want to tell them it ain't about being black, honey. I think sometimes we try to make things about us when it's just about the experience. So what was being said was, the expectations and being relatable. I said, I want to tell them, y'all do know this is like a thing on YouTube. People want you to be relatable to you. And when you are no longer relatable, or you moved on, or you're changing or whatever, they get mad at you. And they got nothing, and it has nothing to do with race. It has to do with the culture of YouTube. It is what it is. I mean, hell, I've experienced it where, people are upset with you because you are no longer meeting their expectations and meeting their needs. So they're upset with you. Not seeing that, oh, maybe you changed or grown, or, just you changing what you're doing. But what they want and need from you, they feel like they're not getting. And so therefore they're mad at you. And that's the truth. I mean, it happens. Now, you can't say that it's just because you're black. No, that's just a content creator issue. Because that's what happens. People get used to the routine, and they don't want any changes in their fucking routine. And you are part of their routine, and that's that. It is what it is. Now, I'm not saying that it's right, but to make it about race is stupid. Everything ain't about race and how we react. No, everybody reacts that fucking way. It ain't about that, honey. It ain't. I'm not saying that the conversation isn't valid, but it's not based on because you are a black content creator. It's based on the fact you're a content creator. Every content creator deals with this. If they change up, or if they, and so many are struggling because, you know, we are all been struggling. And I think content creators are struggling a lot is because they put this burden on themselves, and I kind of did too, that it was our job during the pandemic to help keep people's spirits up. So everybody was pushing out content. Plus, a lot of people didn't have shit else better to do but to put out content because they were sitting at home. So now they're feeling this pressure because of what they did during the pandemic, when we all have changed, and expecting the views to stay the same when they're not, because those were pandemic views. People were sitting in a fucking house, didn't have shit else to do. What else to do but sit on YouTube? So they did. Now people are back to their lives. Their lives are getting struck. You know, we doing shit. We ain't got time to sit up there and watch 100 videos in a day. So the views are going to go down. Because I think some of what people don't want to tell the truth about is that they're upset. They're worried because their views are going down. Instead of seeing that, oh, okay, it's like any cycle. The cycle was everybody was sitting at home. Nobody has shit to do. You pouring out a little content. I'm bored. I'm tired of looking at the TV. Let me go look and see what's on YouTube. YouTube is a form of entertainment. And so now we don't have as much entertainment time because we're not sitting at home. Because see, if you're working from home, you can sit there and look at YouTube on your phone or whatever. You could be on the computer working and looking at YouTube at the same time. So people were multitasking like that. Well, they're not multitasking like that. And you might not necessarily be able to multitask because you could stop in your middle of the day, film a video, or just know you weren't going places, so you had all this time. I mean, I've seen the drop off. There's been a lot of people who dropped off. Just, you know, hey, I'm not. Why? Because life has come back to what it was, and now they ain't got that time. You know? Yeah, but you still work at home half the time. But I'm saying, like, content creators, and yes, there is a whole thing about relatable and people wanting to see. And why aren't you doing this content? That's because that's just the nature of the beast. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin. Nothing. What it has to do is with the nature of this space. This is a platform, especially when you give certain type of content and you just bored with it. Listen, I got bored with doing makeup for a while. People got angry with me. People didn't watch me. Now I've seen people watching the videos because they see some content they like again, and they probably will watch that content. There's a balance. And here's the thing, and I even struggle with it even now, because there's this feeling like, oh, I need to put out this type of content too, when all I want to do is do this kind of content because I'm more interested in it. So that's the internal struggle we all deal with. Because, you know, on one hand, you want to do what you want, but on the other hand, you know, people watch you for this, and I want to give them some type of something to watch. But then you look at your analytics, or you look at your views, and you're getting it on this, and you're like, well, why the fuck should I do that? But your loyal people who've been with you for a long time are getting upset. Why? Because you're not giving them what they are used to getting from you. They don't want all that change. They want you to be who the fuck you was from day one. Go back to what the fuck you was doing. And that's the way it works. If they're not getting that same feeling, they upset. It is what it is. And so to like internalize the issue and be like, oh my, you know, and say, oh, it's this. No, really, it's just the way people act, black or white, whatever. Yeah. So, you know, but the drive is to be interesting, you know, put out some new things, you know. So I mean, like, for instance, with me, I've moved all my beauty videos to another channel. Why? Because I have to acknowledge that there are people who don't want to watch my live streams. And I enjoy doing these. And this is my fun side. So to give that space, I put the videos over there. Because now, the interesting thing is, if people watching them, no. You know, am I getting like a huge amount of views? No. And that's okay. Because at this point, that one doesn't generate any income and I'm okay with it. But I'm saying that, I mean, so I did that to like delineate my content, because I understand that some people don't want to hear me talk. They don't want any of this. And so they have to wallow through this to find what they want to watch. What the hell? Do you see that hair hanging out? Rachel! You know, I was thinking I need to text you just to say hi. I was just thinking about you and Ian. So that's why, don't you love how my hair doesn't move? People take their stuff out and it just falls into place. My hair be like, oh no, we in this spot. We ain't moving until you tell us to. Yeah, but that's because you enjoy it. I have had people say, I don't really watch Lulu because you know, it's kind of long-winded. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. Um, yeah. So I mean, that's the way it works. I mean, some people enjoy it, and then some people are like, "Bitch, shut up." Now, of course, I feel like they should just go ahead, but Lulu's World, I think it's, if you look, Malika, for any beauty videos that I posted on the community tab, it'll take you right there. Because it's hard to find because it's such a small channel right now. So you can't, so like you can pull up Lulu and you'll find me. But because that's a small channel, super is a micro channel, you can't find it. So, yeah. Whew. Okay, that's snatched up for today. I really got to take this down and wash it. I want to wash my hair and braid it down. You know, put it in a bunch of braids and just wear it like that. That's my plan. Now, will it happen? We'll see. Okay. What time is it? Okay, 6:30. So, yeah. So, I mean, but that's the truth of it. So, that was part of my reasoning behind it. And to see how that will grow on its own. But to give videos a chance to be pushed out. Because you have to understand that YouTube will not push out based on the fact that people aren't watching them based on my subscriber numbers. So if I put it over there and it's a small subscriber number and all of a sudden it gets views, then YouTube will start pushing out those videos. So I had to make that change to give the videos a chance to be seen, because people aren't, you know, and I'm being honest. I'm just being real with y'all. People ain't watching me, you know, not at the level that based on what my subscribers look like. People aren't watching me. I'm okay with that. Doesn't really bother me, because I now have come to the conclusion that this is my kicking in space. If it grows to some other space or anything, I don't even know, because I really don't treat this like a channel with an agenda with a purpose, you know, like, oh, this is what I'm doing here. I don't. I treat this as the space that I get on and I talk and I hang out and we'll talk about whatever. So because of that, you know, and even if I do something about plants, that's not something that I do all the time. It's just me having, you know, the space that I'm into. Hey, how you doing over there? Okay, you looking better. Speaking of that, oh, the fuck. Okay, so you gonna make me have to take some of you and keep you living, but you're still growing. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. Um, so I look at this space as, okay, this is just my fun space. I hang out and everything. Do I expect growth? Do I expect a lot of views? Nope. Because it doesn't happen here. Because I'm not topical over here. I'm just chilling and hanging. I do that well, but that is not what will grow my channel at this point. And it's okay. I'm fine with it. But it is what it is. So I decided to delineate. Now, of course, stuff like unedited Lulu and shit comes over here because that's what it is. But to see, could I actually grow a channel again and let it keep growing in the same on that particular subject matter, that's what I'm doing. So by moving everything over there, then it has a chance to say, oh, okay, it's not too many subscribers, people are watching, YouTube will push it out. If you have a large amount of subscribers, like I'm looking at people's numbers, there are people who are really not getting views, and it's because there's so much out here, and let's just be honest, there's some people have bought views trying to grow their channel, so therefore they have skewed the algorithm. So and I ain't mad at you working. I just ain't I'm not spending that kind of money. But it has worked for people, and that's fine. So, it's like, oh, okay. So, so that's why I had to move them, just so people could actually see them. Because people do watch my videos. That just happens, it takes a while. They could sit here for a while, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, wow. They got to your fiddle leaf fig. Oh, man. Have you been cleaning it and everything and spraying it down? I got to spray down this, oh my goodness, yes, I got to spray this down again. That's why I'm seeing this. Yep. I got to spray down again. I got to clean and spray this thing again. Trying to take my damn Monstera out. The funny thing is, I have a bunch of clippings that I got the other from this one. Fiddle leaf figs are very ticky. Just so you know, they are very ticky plants. Trying to decide what perfume I'm gonna wear right quick. Give me a second, then I can show y'all what I'm gonna wear, and then I gotta get out of here. So I'm actually also. Oh, speaking of that, let me tell you something. Is this not the way life works? I am on time almost every day for work. If I'm late, I might be like, a couple of minutes late. Yesterday I was late. I was moving slow. I barely made it out the house, but I did, okay? And I was running late. So as I'm driving up to park to come in late, now mind you, the way I come in, people don't even see me because they be, why did my boss call me? Are you here? Why are you calling me right now? I'm just trying to see, are you here? I'm pulling up. Oh, because my boss's office is right in front of my room. She doesn't even know when I'm here half the time. She don't even know when I come in, because the way her office is, she don't see anybody. She's in the back of this office. She never sees anybody. So it's not like when I walk past her, she knows when I come in. So she's like, oh, well, because some students there's two of us. There's two, there's a classroom next to mine. She said, oh, well, some students were standing outside and saying their teacher wasn't here. And I was like, and they were by your door. And I said, well, I don't even teach first period. So no, it's not me. It's the Spanish teacher. Oh, okay. But I'm thinking the one time I'm 20 minutes late, well, close to 30. No, it's 20, 25, 20, 25, whatever. This the one day you decide you looking for me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay, let's see what we're gonna wear today. I'm like, go away. I want to wear this again. This is Blue OI Vanille Musette. So a powdery banana. Right? Smells good, y'all. This is just the first layer of my overspray. All right, y'all. Gotta get off of here. Yeah, it's time to go. All right, y'all. I'm gonna try to, be halfway on time because I gotta stop at the store again. I didn't go grocery shopping yesterday. I had to come straight home. And let me tell you what I did. So I had class last night, right? My class starts at 5:30. Part of the reason why I was coming to class because we had to turn this video, which I did, right? And so then we in class, she's like, well, half the people didn't turn in, so we're not gonna deal with the videos today. And then she was just droning on and on. I had too much to do, so I got off. I said, I got a personal emergency, I gotta go, and left. I'm gonna send her a message today and talk to her. All right, y'all have a great day. Talk to you later.